Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, City of Lynn Public Art Selection, former mayor passes away, Rainbow Bridge lighting ceremony, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we were joined by Angel Green. Here's this week's LCTV News for Friday, June 11th, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
The City of Lynn needs your help. The city will be adding a signature art piece on the Mount Vernon Street Plaza. The city is asking residents to weigh in on 5 concepts for the site. Out of 4 dozen artists and artist teams who submitted an application for the project, only 5 received grants. The 5 recipients are Yeti Frankel's Starfish, Fitzhugh Carroll's Jumbo T-Jacks, Beth Nyback's The In-Between, Orlowski Studios' Laces of Lynn, and Urban Conga's Periscope. These artists will present their concept and answer questions on June 24th to Lynn community members. Voting for the 5 concepts will go on until mid-July. Mayor McGee says the goal for the project is to install artwork that reflects the City of Lynn and that will bring people to the downtown Lynn Cultural District. Sad news for the city, as it was announced earlier this week that former City of Lynn Mayor Edward Chip Clancy passed away Sunday at a healthcare center in Topsfield. Clancy, who served as mayor from 2002 until 2009, had a lengthy illness. During his time as mayor, Clancy and his administration supervised the building of Manning Field after the old Manning Bowl was torn down. Clancy served on the city council from 1983 until 1999. He also served as state senator for 4 years and as representative for another 8. After 8 years in the Senate, Clancy would run unopposed against former Mayor Patrick McManus after McManus decided not to run for re-election. Clancy would have celebrated his 71st birthday later this month. We send our condolences to his family. For the 2nd year in a row, school committee member Brian Castellanos ran a marathon to raise money for Lynn seniors from the class of 2021. Castellanos began his 26.6-mile marathon at 5 a.m. 8 hours and 12 minutes later, Castellanos crossed the finish line. Some of the areas on his route were Pine Hill, Wyoma Square, Lynn Beach, downtown Lynn, the Commons, and other areas. Through it all, Castellanos raised more than $7,000 in funds. Earlier this week, the City of Lynn splash pads opened to the public. The pads will be open until September 3rd, each day from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. The splash pads can be found at Cali Park, Flax Pond Park, and Neptune Boulevard Park. For any questions or information about the splash pads, contact Lisa Nerick at 781-268-8000. On Monday at approximately 10:50 a.m., a stabbing occurred on Warren Street. Lynn police, upon arriving to the scene, found a victim suffering from a stab wound. Lynn police say the victim, who has yet to be identified, was taken to Mass General Hospital. The incident remains under investigation. Last Friday, a 2-alarm fire left more than 30 people homeless. The fire on Lafayette Park began around 1:50 p.m. that led police to block off traffic at Lafayette Park. Fire crews took about 30 minutes to contain the fire. The hot weather and humid conditions made it more difficult to put the fire out. 23 adults and 10 children made it out of the building. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. On Wednesday, the middle school city track meet took place at Manning Field and LCTV was on hand.
Okay. Oh, good one.
This past Saturday, Lynn Public Schools and Lynn Community Health Center hosted a vaccine event for students in the Lynn Public Schools. Students who attended got the opportunity to win prizes as well as enjoy music, ice cream, and a photo booth. LCTV was on the scene. Recently, the Lynn Museum and Arts invited LCTV over for a visit to showcase their newest exhibit entitled Untold Stories, a history of Black people in Lynn. The exhibit explores the history of the Black people of Lynn from the colonial period to present day. Here's more from the exhibit.
Untold Stories is an amazing exhibition, and I feel very fortunate as the new director to be part of this project. I want to acknowledge the hard work of Iris Kimber, Sue Walker, and Richard Valentine on keeping this project alive. It's been, like I said, a pleasure to be on this team and really bring these stories to life in a way that I don't think we could have imagined.
It's an important time for us to be telling the story of Blacks in this city. Because generally, if people understand who you are, if they know your story, they're more apt to have more understanding, more compassion, and it brings us together as a community if we know about one another.
One of the more special parts of this exhibition process was going through our print and manuscript collection, and getting to touch things like people's freed papers was a really incredible experience, especially as somebody who's a descendant of enslaved people. It was a really powerful moment that I wouldn't have experienced otherwise if I hadn't been part of this project.
I really enjoyed working on this committee for this exhibition. I have never been a part of curation for anything, especially something serious like a museum. So being a part of this exhibit, which has so much to do with my heritage, my identity as a Black American, and just an amazing experience. And I hope that if you have the time that you come and you see and you learn these stories.
I really enjoy coming here and telling people about Black history because it really warms me up to tell people about what I know and what I read in a newspaper or information that was given to me.
We were concentrated on, in some cases, particularly with the past history, of bringing out something new and different that people probably didn't know about, and shedding a light on maybe something else that happened in the city that historically our school kids, our community needs to know about and can appreciate.
So please come out and see the exhibit. It'll be up for at least a year, and if you have any additional stories or photographs that you would like to contribute, please share them with us because we would like to add them to the exhibit while it's up.
June is Pride Month, and on Tuesday, Beyond Walls hosted the Rainbow Bridge lighting ceremony in downtown Lynn, and LCTV was in attendance.
I've known Jess when she was 15 years old or 14 years old. And then now she's 18. I'm just kidding. So let's give Jess a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
I am going to savor these next 2 years like wildfires savor the burning up of oxygen masses. I am masking my illnesses again, another day in the light of myself, and I don't know what to call you. I miss you. I kissed you once, and again we kissed and missed each other until we kept each other on Facebook. Maybe an inkling of wanting to kiss again, but I am not safe, you see. I am not okay sometimes. And sometimes I take from myself until these next 2 years will be beautiful, I say. These next 2 years will be something, I say. I love you, I say, don't stop screwing around. I say, I love you, but I want happiness, I want her.
Go 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Happy Pride, Lynn! Woo-hoo! Yay! Wow! Oh my gosh! So beautiful! All right, for and in behalf of the Lynn Pride Committee, we would like to thank everyone for coming. Take a lot of photos.
And now for the sports update. Four and 2 on the season after their 9-3 victory over Everett. Down 3-2, the Bulldogs used a 7-run 6th inning to take control of the game. Pitcher Manuel Tavares struck out 5 batters while allowing only 3 runs. The Bulldogs are in action today as they visit Somerville. First pitch is set for 4 p.m. Lynn Classical Rams baseball team got a big win Wednesday afternoon in GBL play as they defeated Malden 10-9 in extra innings. The Rams, now 4-2 on the season, got a big game once again from Almani Medina and Christian Space, who both had 3 RBIs in this one. Classical looks to continue their winning ways today when they host Everett. First pitch is set for 4 p.m. The ladies Rams softball team split a doubleheader on Wednesday at Frazier Field against Malden and Danvers. In their matchup with Malden, the Rams put up 20 runs to come out with the 20-8 victory. The ladies Rams offense hit a stall against Danvers as they fell 7-0. Classical, who is now 5-3 on the season and 5-0 in GBL play, will take on crosstown rival Lynn English today at 4 p.m. The St. Mary's Spartans finished their season with a 5-0 victory over Matinon Tuesday. The Spartans, who went 13-5 on the season, will take on Arlington Catholic today at 4 p.m. in the Catholic Conference League Cup quarterfinals matchup. The North Shore Navigators moved to 2-1 on the season after losing last night 8-7 to the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. The Navigators allowed the Muskrats to score 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to steal a victory from the Navs. The Navs will look to bounce back today when they host the Keene Swamp Bats. First pitch is set for 6:35 p.m. And now for the pros. The Boston Bruins season came to an end Wednesday night in New York as they fell to the Islanders 6-2. After a first period that ended with a 1-1 tie, the Islanders would score 3 goals in the second period to take a 4-1 lead. The Islanders would add 2 more goals in the third period to put the game away. New York would take the series 4-2 and are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Red Sox avoided being swept by the Houston Astros last night as they got the 12-8 victory at Fenway. In the first 2 matchups, the Red Sox scored a total of 4 runs, but the bats were connecting in this one. Down 3-2, J.D. Martinez homered to center field to tie things up at 3 apiece. The Astros would regain the lead in the 5th off of a Kyle Tucker double that would bring in 3 runs to give Houston the 7-4 lead. Christian Arroyo would tie it up in the 7th inning with a solo home run. Jose Altuve would once again give Houston the lead with a solo home run in the 6th. The bottom of the 6th, the Sox would score 5 runs to regain the lead for good. The Sox are back in action tonight when they welcome the Toronto Blue Jays to Fenway. First pitch is set for 7:10 p.m. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we spoke with North Shore Juneteenth Association member Angel Green about the Black Excellence 5K race. Here is this week's Lowdown. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. Today we have Miss Angel Green with us. She is part of the North Shore Juneteenth, and she's the one organizing the Black Excellence 5K. It's going to be virtual this year, unfortunately, but it's still going to be a great turnout. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for having me this afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's nice meeting you. Excited about getting this started. Maybe we can have it live later on in the year. I don't know. It depends on what Lynn says, but it would be wonderful if this could be an in-person event.
Yeah, because I think last year it didn't happen, correct? Or it was
last year it didn't happen. It was virtual last year because it was supposed to be in April. COVID stepped up and so we had to do it virtually, but we had a turnout last year, with all of the social unrest and things going on. A lot of people turned up. They showed out. The Wicked Running Club in Salem, Melrose Running Club, the Mystic Running Club. So a lot of people from the running community participated, even though it was virtual. We're hoping to have that same support this year as well.
And you've participated in it as well, am I correct?
Yes, okay. I have. I think my first year, I want to say the first year I participated was 2019. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, because I think I was there. I think I was the one filming that one because I remember. I remember seeing you there.
I was so excited. Nicole McLean, she's like the first Black race director that I had known of. And I wanted to make sure that I participated. I wanted to make sure that I got people to participate and donate because, of course, I definitely do believe in the cause.
Yeah.
And therefore, I wanted to be a part of this from that year forward.
Yeah, what was so great about it is just seeing so many people just show up just to get out there. You know, even if some people didn't took a little longer than others to finish the race, they were still out there participating and racing and just out there being active. And that's more than what you can ask for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just seeing so many people smiling, having a good time. It was a beautiful day. Both years that I participated when it was in person, they were great. The weather was perfect, you know, and just encouraging people to be active, just having a good time, and that's most important. And then you learn something. You learn something about North Shore Juneteenth Association, and maybe get involved in that. I know that the 5K is the biggest fundraiser for North Shore Juneteenth. So it's nice to see people believing in the cause and participating.
Definitely. And if my memory serving me correctly, because everything's like, I'm having flashbacks now, everything coming back. My memory serves me correctly. They had posters of information of, African-American individuals that contributed it, that made major contributions to this country. They had students holding them up, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we had student volunteers that were holding them up at like every race turn. Just people could see them as they were running by. So that was cool.
Is that something that you guys are going to try to incorporate virtually this year, as far as just trying to have something to show African Americans that have contributed to this country?
Well, that's something that we've been trying to brainstorm about. How can we make this interactive, even though it's a virtual event? Now, it's going to take place over a week. So it's August 8th through August 14th. So people could do it anywhere, anytime that they want to, as long as it's in between those that time period within the week. So we've got some buffs left over, stuff like that. So we're thinking about maybe having a certain day where we could have people come down, get some of the buffs, get some of the stuff that we had from last year that we weren't able to give out, and maybe have something set up in that way. So when people pick up their race stuff, or if they just want to come and say hi, we can have something. But it's a little difficult when you have to do this virtually. So it takes a lot of creativity, a lot of brainstorming. So hopefully we'll have something like that for people to, come in contact with.
Yeah. The great thing about it though is there's so much time for you all to brainstorm and try to figure out how you can make that possible between now and August. I think that's one of the benefits that this is happening in August, because now you guys got a couple months to just figure out how, if it could be done, if it's possible to be done, like the interactive parts of it. That's probably gonna be what's gonna be the interesting part, is what you guys come up with these next couple months.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. And last year, what we did is we had people come and pick up their race bibs and their buffs in Lynn. I can't remember the address where we were, but we were out there. We had music. We gave out the buffs. We got to meet people, took pictures. And what I did is I asked people who participated virtually to send all their pictures in to me, and I made a collage and made like a slideshow with some music in the background, so it could feel like people were together doing this. And it was a pretty nice slideshow. So hopefully we can do something like that this year as well.
And for registration and all that, what is the registration, the deadlines for registration, and where could they register? Where could they register?
You can register right now. Yeah, registrations right now. If you do a Google search, it's, you can type in Black Excellence 5K -run sign up. So it's on Run Sign Up. All you do is go in and you can follow the instructions there about how to sign up. The registration fee is $25. Last year it was $35, and years before it was $35. But we said, since this is a virtual event, we took off some of the pricing and made it $25. So you can find us on Facebook, and you can also just Google Black Excellence 5K Run Sign Up. Run Sign Up is one word. RUNSIGNUP.
And what are some of the things the proceeds go to? Because I know the money raised from this event goes towards a lot of the community work that North Shore Juneteenth does throughout the year. Can you talk about some of the things that the proceeds will go towards?
So I know it's gone toward some of the like backpacks to families, people who were shut in during COVID. I know that some of the proceeds go toward, I believe it goes toward like the tea, or maybe that's one of the fundraisers as well. But just things in the community that help to bring positive imagery of African Americans.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this is all also part of it's like a 3-month span of North Shore Juneteenth doing some type of community event, because you got the hat and tees stuff, and then you got Juneteenth, the big Juneteenth event that usually happens, and then there's little stuff in between, but then this is the other big one that goes on through there. Just talk about the community work that you guys do.
So I to be honest with you, I do the most of the focusing on the 5K, and I participate. So when Nicole says, there's something going on, I just make sure that I'm present for that. I know that the 5K, the fundraise through this goes toward a lot of the Juneteenth, the big event that's usually live and in person. So a lot of that money goes towards that. So the face paintings, stuff like that for the kids. So yeah.
Yes, and now
you have to forgive me, because I'm pretty new to I'm new to the organization. I focused a lot on the 5K in years past. So I'm sitting on the board now, listening to all of the things that are happening.
You're getting caught up.
You must forgive me for that.
No worries. You're
getting caught up.
You're getting caught up, which is good. Which is good. Now, what is there any age limit to this to participate for the 5K?
There is no age limit. You could be if you can walk, if you can run, you can do it. If you're elderly, you just want to get out there and you want to walk your 5K, which is 3.1 miles, you can do that. There's no age limit. Everybody can participate.
Definitely. And then, as you go forward, when this one's over, and as we're getting back to a little bit of normalcy, people are getting vaccinated, people trying to, are making sure they stay social distance and do all the COVID protocols, as you look forward and, this one gets over, it's planning ahead. How is you just going to prepare yourself for that? If it's possible to have it in person next year, how do you just focus on strategizing how to make if an in-person one comes up, how do you focus to make one a big one, because it will be a first one in a couple of years?
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, I mean, if there's still guidelines that we need to follow, then we will be following those guidelines. Maybe at the starting line and at the finish, have people wear face coverings if that's something that's still needed. And then for a while, it's still going to be something that is needed. Social distancing, of course. Probably have everything outdoors, which is great, which is perfect, because you don't want to be in an enclosed, confined space anyway. I know that in the past, Rollies has been very instrumental in giving us like a home base. Have people just come in, get their numbers, and then ask people to step outside, maybe just have refreshments outside, stuff like that. But that's what I see in the future, is basically keeping people outside. Hopefully it remains a nice day. If we can get back to having this in April, which is a perfect time to have one. But it's going to be in August this year. Just want to make that clear for your viewers. But we want to get back to having the DJ. We had a DJ lined up last year, and just making this, making signs and things that people can see on the race route. And that's how we got the word out about people that maybe folks didn't know about. So we want to get back to that. The good thing about running is, you don't have to be all up on one another. You can spread out, you can do your own thing, you can go at your own pace. So that's the great thing about running.
Definitely. And it's just good to be outdoors and get those legs moving, get the blood flowing, and get the legs moving. Once again, please let everybody know the date of this event.
The dates of this event for the Black Excellence 5K starts at August 8th all the way to August 14th. You can register now. The registration is open on Run Sign Up. You can do a Google search for Black Excellence 5K on Run Sign Up. You'll find us there. You can find us on Facebook. And hopefully we can do this in person. If not, we'll think of creative ways to get together so people can feel together during that time.
Definitely. Well, at least there's something to do. That's the good thing. At least there's something for folks to do. But Angel, thank you once again for coming on to talk about the 5K. I wish it was in person because I do like the going out there and with the DJ playing the music and just seeing all the people participating. But
definitely,
sooner or later. But please let them know Juneteenth website if they want to find out any information. Just please let them know about the website.
All right. So the North Shore Juneteenth website, it's a difficult one. It's like North Shore Juneteenth ASSOC.CONTACTSITES.com. And I apologize. I don't know why that website is so long, but that is what it is. Do a Google search for North Shore Juneteenth Association and it will pop up. I guarantee you, because I've had to do that.
I usually just go on the Facebook page and just click on it from the Facebook page.
Yeah, do it from there. But yeah, I don't know. Nicole's got to do something about that website address.
Oh man, Angel, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you once again. Hopefully we can see you soon, get you in the studio and talk some more.
All right.
You guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown. I'm your host, Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day. Now time for events from the community calendar. The Goldfish Pond Children Planting Day will be taking place Saturday from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. Children are welcome to drop by to plant a flower in the children's garden. Snacks and a certificate of participation will be provided. This event is free to the public. For more information, contact Jackie at 781-504-1175. Also on Saturday, the Lynn Museum's second Saturday event will be happening from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. This free event features live music in the courtyard from 12 to 2 p.m. Guests can also view the latest exhibits inside the museum. Lynn Museum's second Saturday is sponsored by Eastern Bank and Eastern Bank Charitable Foundations. On Monday, the Lynn Public Schools, along with Lynn Coordinated Family and Community Engagement Program, will be hosting their transition to kindergarten event on the Lynn Commons from 2:30 p.m. until 3:30 p.m. Parents whose children will be attending kindergarten in September are encouraged to pre-register for this event. For registration, call 781-656-5028 or email Toriank, Torosiank @lynnschools.org. All attendees should wear a mask and practice social distance. The Juneteenth flag raising ceremony will take place on Tuesday, June 15th, outside of City Hall from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. Speakers for this event will be Mayor McGee, Reverend Andre Bennett, and North Shore Juneteenth Association President Nicole McLean. Reminder that the weekly free COVID-19 testing hosted by Mass General Brigham, the Kraft Center for Community Health, and North Shore Medical Center will take place on Monday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at Lynn Marketplace on 43 State Street. The Salvation Army Weekly Food Pantry will be making its return to their Franklin Street location on Tuesday from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. The food pantry will be closed on Friday, June 18th to celebrate Juneteenth. Visit the Salvation Army website at salvationarmy.org for more information. To find out more about community events, visit lyntv.org and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also visit lyntv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.